Hello, my name is Candice and I handle the design part of the business.
My name is Margaret and I handle the marketing part of the business.
We used to be lost in law school and now we are found in freelancing.
Okay, we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff here. Freelancing, branding, business, pricing, mindset, productivity, how to get your clients.
Oh my god, you talk too much.
Okay, we're not starting yet, right?
Can we just tell them what the podcast title is?
This is Article and Design,
a podcast made by Filipino freelancers
for Filipino freelancers.
So hi guys, we're back for another episode of the Article and Design podcast, so formerly known as the Super Freelancers PH. So I'm Margaret and here with me is...
I'm Candice.
Yeah guys, we're very excited dito sa episode na to kasi tulad nga ng sabi ni Candice, this season, we're trying to mix things up para hindi kayo mabore, diba? I mean, hindi naman namin inaasam na bored na kayo sa amin. I mean, pero we're just trying to give you options and other features and other things that you parang yung iba-ibang klase na para matuto kayo dito sa podcast na to. As you can see, as you can hear, na we interviewed a lot of Filipino freelancers dito sa season 2 and we also have our mga guest co-hosts, mga ganun, diba? So in this episode, guys, we are actually trying out a topic now where actually discuss a certain movie or book na nabasa namin both that is related sa freelancing or sa business. If you're not a member of the group yet, please join in. Tinanong namin yung mga members namin if this is a good idea for them, then yes, they agree, they like it. So yeah, this is a pilot episode of that takeaway discussion. So this is the first time that we're going to do in this podcast and in season 2. The aside namin ni Candice is a movie. Diba, Candice? So we're going to discuss a movie which is a very monumental movie noong 2010. It is called, drum roll please. It is called Dahil Mahal na Mahal Kita. Joke lang. It is called The Social Network. If you guys are familiar with it, the story of Facebook, or it's a one side of the story ng Facebook. It is based on a book din, Candice, The Accidental Billionaires. And just take note, guys, a disclaimer, this is not the whole story ng Facebook. Na sasabihin natin na, ay, yan pala nangyari sa Facebook. Parang ganun. This is just the side of the story ng Facebook, siguro, na dinramatize ng writer. So, aywan ko, nabasa ko dun sa mga reviews, sabi nila, it is more of like 40 to 50% daw ng movie is totoo. So, yeah, so there's another side pa ng story. But yeah, in this discussion, we're going to discuss about sa movie mismo. Diba, Candice? Yung movie mismo. So, we just have to focus on it, guys. Hindi na isipin natin, ganyan pala yung nangyari sa Facebook. Hindi. Yeah. We're going to discuss and we're gonna focus about the movie. So, before we proceed, can you give us a context, Candice, about the movie or a quick summary bago natin ibigay yung mga takeaways natin for freelancing and business?
Okay, so here's a film synopsis for The Social Network. So in 2003, Harvard undergrad and computer genius Mark Zuckerberg begins work on a new concept that eventually turns into the global social network known as Facebook. 6 years later, he is one of the youngest billionaires ever, but Zuckerberg finds that his unprecedented success leads to both personal and legal complications when he ends up on the receiving end of 2 lawsuits, one involving his former friend.
The protagonist here is Mark Zuckerberg. And it is actually funny kasi, di ba pag inisip natin protagonist, like main character, inisip natin lagi parang good guy. Talaga.
Oh, yeah.
Pero dito sa movie na to, I mean, pag napapanood niyo siya, parang siyang, he was not actually really projected as a good guy,
Medyo siya talaga, asshole yung dating.
Yeah, medyo sarcastic na parang nerd na jerk. Dito
Yes. Oh,
if you will, diba? Dito sa movie na to. Eh. So yeah, not all protagonists are actually yung good guys. So they could be ito yung maganda sa movie na to. Eh. Parang ibang klase yung pag-project nila ng main character. But yeah, so that's the synopsis, guys. And actually, if you can access this movie, please do watch it. So what are your takeaways? This is a movie na to. Now related just to freelancing and of course, creative entrepreneurship or any business actually.
well, first would be, I think this movie really portrayed the, let's say, the dark side of creativity.
Yeah.
It was really portrayed well, where Mark uh, showed us na yung opposite ng creative impulse of creativity is meron pala siyang negative notion of a destructive impulse. So first takeaway would be the movie really made a really good description of what the sabihin na natin dark side of creativity is about. Kumbaga, when you say kasi creativity, usually it's a positive aspect na you're being creative.
Yeah.
But we didn't know na yung parang shadow side or dark side nun is it could also be destructive. Kasi diba, on the very first few scenes in the movie, when Mark was dumped by his girlfriend, it actually led him to make this social network before Facebook. Yung they would try to rate girls. They would try to rate girls. So, diba, instead of giving off the positive energy to create something, nagiging destructive kasi they were already trying to objectify girls.
Yeah.
They were trying of the girls already. So, in that way, he was using his creative skills to create a destructive social network. And I really think that even today, it's really rampant. Ginagamit natin tool yung creative skills natin into doing something that we think is harmless at first, but is actually very harmful. Na akala mo, ito joke lang naman to, like ikaw nag-edit ka. It's either a picture or you're trying to distort this message that was given by a public figure.
So you're manipulating.
You are using your creative skills as a form of manipulation. So it turned very rampant ngayon yung fake news and mga manipulated photos, and a lot of people would believe it. Kaya hindi na alam ng mga social networks how to regulate it kasi they don't even know if what is already real or what's not. Another takeaway would be that Mark really is the perfect person to portray that anger is really a powerful tool to fuel your ambition.
Yeah.
Kasi lahat ng naiisip niya, it wasn't because he was thinking of what he could do na for the betterment of mankind. Hindi naman kasi ganun yung ano niya eh.
Starting motivator niya eh.
Hindi eh. It actually boils down to just him trying to get revenge on his girlfriend. But diba kasi nagpupur, lumalabas na yung lahat ng ideas niya. So step he was already trying to create something that would not just affect the Harvard community, but globally as well. So usually when we say that when you're motivated to do something, it's because you wanted to serve. That is kumbaga parang the positive side of it. But Mark is an example na even if yung nag-fuel sa'yo is yung anger mo, you could actually really reach your ambition. But sometimes this anger would lead you to yung kumbaga parang consequence niya is that you will eventually destroy your relationships. You can achieve your ambition, but sometimes it has its consequences. Usually when we say that in order for you to achieve your ambition is that you're inspired to do good things.
You're happy, mga ganun.
Na parang mga, ano siya, positive energy. But it turns out that sometimes you can also get something from your negative emotions that were really you to do something. It's just that there are going to be collateral damage pag ganun nagiging reason mo why you are doing something.
Yeah. Oo, kasi, yun nga, sabi nila sometimes, di ba, when you're broken, real revenge, I mean, the best revenge though is actually success. So, sometimes, guys, yung motivation kasi may iba-ibang forms siya eh. Diba? Yun nga, like yung iba, motivate sila to do something, to be successful in certain things kasi gusto nila, they were heartbroken, like romantically. Diba? Gusto nila ma-realize ng ex nila na parang, you know what, I'm a great loss. Alam mo yun? So, gagalingan ko talaga dito sa bagong venture ko, dito sa aking bagong freelancing business. So, para ma-realize yun, I'm a great loss. Alam mo yun, tapos magpo-post ako kagad ng mga, hey, look at me now. Alam mo yun, ganun. So, yeah, it came from, yun nga, yung revenge, kumbaga, parang vengeance, you know. So, tama si Candice, yung motivation kasi it comes in many forms. Hindi all the time it is positive. It could be a negative type ng motivation. But you have to be careful nga. Kasi nga, sabi ni Candice, may collateral damage. May ma-apektuhan talaga. But if it is coming from I don't know, if from a bad light or something, diba? Pero counterintuitive kasi Candice in a way kasi na, kunwari, yun nga, you were heartbroken, tas you wanted to be successful. Diba minsan na nangyayari, pag brinibirkan ng shota, is pumapayat. Diba? Nagpapapayat sila and then they're starting to take care of themselves. Diba? You know? Kasi parang yun nga, because they realize their worth. Saan mo kinuha yung motivation mo? However you channel yun, you can actually make it positive eh. Diba? Like, kunwari, you're heartbroken, i-channel mo yung brokenness mo to do something. Diba? To do something great. But yun nga, be careful kasi baka magkaroon ng collateral damage.
Oh, and one thing pa pala na naalala ko lang is the irony of what Mark is trying to do. Diba? He is yearning for a connection, but he can't do it himself. So what he does is ginawa niya yung social network for him to build a connection with other people without him personally interacting with other people. And yun yung nangyayari din na irony right now in Facebook na sobrang daming creative and destructive impulses na creative in a way na other people is using Facebook to support other causes or organizations. Pero meron namang ibang destructive part of Facebook na I mean racism, discrimination. So, you know, you just really have to choose what side you're on. Whether you want to be creative or you just want to be destructive.
Yeah, that's true, guys. So, freelancers, I mean, you have to always check within yourself if yung ginagawa mo ba is nagiging destructive than being a creative. Yeah, I agree dun sa takeaways ni Candice. So that's your 2 or 3 major takeaways,
The dark side
of creativity. The next is
your anger as a fuel to your ambition. Journey of having connection, building connection without having personal.
Like, especially ngayon, na everything is going online because of COVID, diba? So, like Mark said in the movie, he's going to create yung relationship or experience sa school, gagawin niya online, diba? So, exactly what is happening now din sa atin, diba? We built connections through mga Zoom networks, mga Facebook groups, diba? Like sa freelancing, ang dami nating nakilala na fellow freelancers natin dahil lang sa Facebook or sa Zoom, diba? Yan. So yeah, that's true. I like how different our takeaways are from each other.
But you are looking at it on a different side.
Yeah, I like it. I like it na iba-iba yung takeaways natin dun sa movie.
Yeah.
Okay? Kasi mas mabibigyan natin ng iba-ibang flavors yung ating listeners.
Yeah.
So yeah. So those are Kansas's takeaways. So akin naman guys, I have also top 3 major takeaways dun sa movie. Again, the movie is The Social Network. First is idea versus execution. Yeah. So you can imagine gaano ka-important yung execution than idea. Okay? So what does it mean? Bakit? Kasi lahat naman tayo may idea talaga eh. But the problem is, pag hindi ka nag-execute sa idea mo, or hindi ka nag-act on it, then you're just back again to zero, to nothing. Paano yun siya na-portray sa movie? Idea versus execution. Like, si Mark Zuckerberg, nakaisip siya ng idea coming from yung heartbreak niya. Diba? Yung sa girlfriend, yung sinabi ni Candice. Dinump siya ni Erica Albright. By the way, it's Rooney Mara, which is a very, very brilliant actress. Dinump siya, diba, ng girlfriend niya, and then nag-create siya ng face mash. Ba yun? Nagkaroon siya ng idea na hanggang sa, eventually, nagkaroon siya ng idea nung parang social networking na online. Ginawa niya kagad ng execution. Nag-act siya kagad dun sa idea niya. The problem with yung isa pa nag-file sa kanya, yung Winklevoss twins, the problem with them is they have an idea pero walang execution eh. What's the takeaway? No matter how brilliant you are or how brilliant your idea is, if walang execution, if you're not taking action, then there's no point. Kunwari ikaw, freelancer ka, may idea ka, na gusto mong service na i-offer, na sobrang brilliant yung idea mo. Like, alam mo yun, spectacular. Alam mo yun, ganun. Pero hindi mo ginagawa, nandito lang siya lagi sa isip mo. Then, there's no point. Matulog ka na lang, hindi mo naman ginagawa eh. Diba?
Keep thinking.
Diba? Keep dreaming. Just keep thinking about it. Idea versus execution. It's really important, guys. Yung idea mo, act on it. Because the best time to start your freelancing business or your business itself is actually yesterday. If hindi ka nakastart kahapon, simulan mo na ngayon. If you have an idea. Yung nakikinig sa amin ngayon, if you have an idea that you think you wanted to apply and matagal mo na siyang gustong gawin mo na siya ngayon. Now na. As in, sobrang now na. Okay. I-pause mo na tong podcast na to, gawin mo na yung idea na yun. Tapos pag ginawa mo yung idea, bumalik ka sa podcast, huwag mo kalimutan tapusin tong episode na to.
But so like the part nung yung twins na inappropriate na si Mark to help them with their social network. Tapos si Mark parang na-curious siya, so he agreed, diba, to do it with him, with them. Turns out pala na he and his friend Eduardo, they were doing the Facebook project. Parang, diba, he would always be one step ahead of those twins. Also, the twins, they already had the idea, but kumbaga parang nag-rely yung execution with Mark eh.
Yeah.
Hindi nila na-push through.
Probably kasi hindi nila alam i-code. Because they're programmers, diba? We're talking about tech in Harvard here. Kasi naghahanap daw sila ng programmer daw na magaling.
Ano din si Mark na parang very wise.
Yeah, he is. Like, based on this movie, he is actually really smart.
Yeah, he didn't tell them what he was really doing, that he was also doing something on his own. Tapos yun pala, he's getting like ideas from the twins without them knowing.
Yeah, exactly. So yun nga, idea versus execution. It's a very substantial yung difference nun. Pag yung isa na nag-execute, yun talaga, yung may result, may output. That's my first takeaway. My second takeaway is, oh my God, focus.
Yes.
Focus. So, ako kasi talaga, I'm a major believer ng the universe respects focus talaga. If you have that, and you're dialing in and out, day in and day out, dun sa gusto mong mangyari, sa idea mo, then the universe will actually respect you. I mean, ibig sabihin, you'll be surprised how much progress you can make if you just focus on one thing or you focus on something that you really wanted to happen. Going back to the first takeaway, you have an idea, you executed it, and you focus on it. Let's say, for example, gusto mo maging social media manager, may idea ka ng packaging, nag-focus ka for the rest of 3 to 6 months, nag-aral ka, all about social media, you'll be surprised. Ano yung mararating mo? Focus is really important. Kung wala pa kayo ngayon, bumili na kayo. Magkano pa yan? Diba? Kung nabibili niyo yung focus diba?
True.
Do you agree, Candice? Focus is really important, diba?
Oo, yes. Kasi yun i-correlate ka din. If the universe respects focus, the universe will also give you a lot of distractions
Yeah.
para lang ma-realize mo talaga na saan ka ba talaga mag-focus. And you just really have to do one thing and just be better about it or just finish it.
Yeah. So yeah, why focus? Because like in the movie, you can see how Mark Zuckerberg is really into it. Diba? Parang yun lang lahat ng iniisip niya eh. Diba?
Oo.
Like, wala na, hindi na niya tinatapos yung school niya, yung lessons niya, diba? Yung subject niya, lumalabas na siya diba? Kasi may naisip siya na idea. Alam mo yun, parang he's breathing Facebook na eh. Yun na yung nangyayari sa kanya agad, yun yung pinafocus niya, how can I make this happen? How can I make this work? I'm not sure how many months niya nagawa yung leap na yun, yung pumunta sila, nabigyan sila kagad ng valuation, and then nabigyan sila ng fund, ng venture capital. Hindi ko alam gano'ng kabilis pero it seems sa movie, sobrang bilis, no? Ng progress ni Mark. Sobrang bilis ng progress niya. Kasi hindi na siya bumalik ng another semester dun sa Harvard. Kasi nandun na siya, nag-move na siya sa California eh. Sobrang grabe yung focus niya eh. Kasi you can see na kahit na yung kinakausap siya ng friend niya, may naisip siya kagad na idea. Oo.
Ngayon, tapos parang na-correlate niya kaagad to a feature na pwede niyang ma-incorporate sa Facebook. And, kumbaga, iniisip niya talaga kung ano ba yung clamor ng community. Like, what does the community really want to see? And yung scene sa movie na, I think it was his friend who asked na, do you know this girl?
Yeah.
And then, I don't know this girl. And then he was asking like, did you already stalk this girl? Tapos from there, he already got an idea na, why not ilagay ko tong feature na to na like relationship status.
Interested, single. Oh my God.
Yes. Very smart talaga siya.
Yeah, because he has to focus, guys, to actually make it work. And paano pa i-improve yung kanyang product. Freelancers, have some focus. You'll be surprised ano yung mangyayari sa inyo kung sobrang laser precision focus kayo sa venture or whatever journey that you're in right now. So yeah, that's my second takeaway. My third takeaway is actually hire an expert to help you. What does it mean? For example, if you're creating a business na parang feeling mo it's gonna be complicated, there's gonna be patent or there's gonna be mga copyright issues, then hire a lawyer. Hire a lawyer, guys, because they've studied really hard for it. Hire dun sila eh. Hire an expert. Or for example, if you have a problem with your accounting or yung mga tax mo and etc. sa business mo, hire an accountant. Hire a firm to fix your problem. As a freelancer then, for example, you are focusing on developing a social media management na business. Ganon, gusto mo dun ka mag-focus. Then, wala ka pang website. Hindi mo alam paano ayusin yung website mo. Then, hire a website developer. Sila yung nakakaalam nun eh. Paano ko siya na-relate dun sa movie? Kasi bakit? There was this one scene dun sa kay Eduardo Severin, yung friend niya. Diba? Na dilute yung shares dun sa Facebook.
Yeah.
There was this one scene na parang kinausap siya ni Mark na, hey, I have good news for you. Sabi niya, sinabi niya na nakakuha sila ng 500 million, I think, or 500,000 pala. 500,000 capital from kila Peter Thiel. So, yun yung good news niya. So, sabi niya, you have to come here sa SFO, sa San Francisco, para kailangan mong permahan yung mga papers as my CFO. Sabi niya gano'n, di ba, sa phone call. So, sabi, just parang, wow, na-amaze si Eduardo. So, sabi niya, yes, I'll be there. Sabi niya gano'n. Kasi Eduardo is actually still based in New York, di ba? The following scene, pumunta si Eduardo sa San Francisco para mag-sign ng mga papers. But, the problem there is, nung sinign niya yung papers is wala siyang lawyer. Nung time na yun. Yung lawyer na kausap niya yun, akala niya yun yung lawyers niya, pero actually yun yung lawyers from the venture capitals or other investors. Hindi kanya yun eh. You have to get yourself a lawyer or you get yourself an expert when you're actually dealing with complicated things na. or things that you're not actually familiar with. I think that was a big mistake na ginawa ni Eduardo na hindi siya, diba, before we sign any documents, Candice, it's really important na ipabasa natin sa lawyers natin.
Especially if you don't really know the technical terms.
Yeah.
You really should consult a lawyer who would be truthfully and explain to you kung ano yung magiging consequences of you trying to be a party in that contract.
Yeah, totoo. Wala siyang lawyer nung sa scene na yun eh. Wala siyang counsel eh. Kasi it's really important na they're dealing with, really, this is like Facebook na. It's worth billions nowadays, diba? Wala siyang counsel nung time na yun. Hindi niya man pinakita sa lawyer niya anong ibig sabihin nung pinapirmahan niya. Yung pala, yung pinapirmahan niya is idadilute na yung shares niya. Idadilute na yung shares niya.
And yung mga provisions doon.
Yeah. If you don't know, if you're not familiar about anything you're tackling right now, don't be afraid to hire an expert. Why? You have to hire an expert because that's really important. Akala mo nakakasave ka ngayon ng money, pero hindi eh. Mas makakasave ka actually if you do it right na first time. Or you can focus on the more important things that you need to focus on. So yeah, those are my 3 takeaways dun sa movie. There's a lot pa actually, but those are my top 3 dun sa The Social Network movie that I could relate sa freelancing and sa business. And even life in general as a creative person. Diba? Like yung kay Candice. You got creativity versus destructiveness. Do you have any other things to add?
Siguro in terms of partnership also, if you have a business partner, you should also make sure that you are on the same pace. There was this scene that their lawyers were already talking, and then Eduardo, he was asked by Mark's lawyer why he gave an additional $18,000 for the fund for the startup. And then Eduardo replied that because I thought that we would be in this together. I thought that we would be partners, or we would partner in this venture. And then Mark didn't say anything. Probably because they weren't in the same pace. Eduardo was with the belief that he and Mark would really get through it all the way. Yeah. But it turns out Mark was really just wanted to do it alone. On his own. Kasi diba there was also this scene that Mark didn't inform Eduardo that there was already a lawsuit.
Yeah, from the Winklevoss twins.
Yes. So gusto niya parang solohin yung problem because he wanted to get through that problem also all by himself. If you are a freelancer and you have a business partner in your
like
freelance, you really have to make sure that you are on the same page. Because if you really wanted to do solo pala the whole time, then you should have told your friend.
Yeah, you should have gotten your partner.
Yes. So yun lang, the two of you should also be really transparent. Kung gusto mo lang pala, sige, business partner tayo at first. Pero pag may profit na, okay.
Ako na lang. Yeah. Yun nga. Kaya nga sabi ko parang bad guy si Mark Zuckerberg doon. Kasi parang ang ginagawa lang niya kay Eduardo, parang lang niya, nilileech lang niya ng money. Diba?
Minimilk niya.
Minimilk niya lang pinapa-fund lang niya ng mga server na mga gastos, yung mga kailangan niya, diba?
Tapos problema ni Eduardo dun sa money for their startup. Tapos si Mark parang, chill. Alam mo yun, I don't know, maybe there really was a reason why he was portrayed that way.
Probably. Yun nga, sabi sa reviews, it's like 40 to 50% of the movie is actually the truth. So we don't know the other side of the story. Ito lang yung story na pinick up nung screenwriter, then he dramatized it. To be honest, personally, I hated Mark and Sean Parker here, yung si Justin Timberlake.
They were very
yeah. Well, they did I have to commend like Justin Timberlake. He did a really good job here kasi at first, right off the bat pala na nakita ko siya, naiirita na ako sa kanya. Diba?
Isang parang yabak.
Yeah, nakakairita na yung niya, yung character niya doon. Kasi partnerships, like sa amin ni Candice, we're business partners. We have to be sure that we are on the same page. We are checking on each other. If like, kahit yung mga simpleng lang guys na, okay ba lang ba to sa'yo? So kahit yung mga simple things like, actually, yun nga, si Candice is sa design and I'm sa marketing. In some other cases, like for example, like mga branding, if minsan tinatanong pa ako ni Candice Ganon ang opinion ko. Also, really appreciate the fact na tinatanong niya ako. Then, what do I think about if this is a good branding that we're going to do? Ganon. If you are in a business partnership or even actually kahit asawa mo lang or kapamilya mo, nakanegosyo mo, you always have to check with each other. Rain check if you guys are on the same page. Not about like hindi ka nagtitiwala sa isa't isa. You have, you have to just check kasi it's okay to disagree Not all the time naman pare-pareho kayo ng ng mga gustong mangyari, di ba, Candice? Yun lang, ang kagandahan ng sa amin ni Candice, guys, is right from the start, hiniwalay namin yung responsibilities. When it comes to design, she handles that one. When it comes to marketing, ako yung nag-handle nun. I agree. Nakalimutan natin yung sabihin. It's very important, yung partnership.
Yeah.
Kasi the movie is all about this the partnership. True. Yung pala si Mark, all alone, gusto pala niya mag-solo.
Oo, parang ganun yung vibe na binibigay niya, diba?
Oo.
Parang he doesn't really care. Or he thinks he's not really in a partnership.
And in line with that, ito yung hindi ko maintindihan sa storyline So, nung dumating si Sean Parker, yung creator ng Napster, which is, sobrang fascinated siya kagad kay Sean Parker. Di ba may answer ka? Bakit? Bakit may answer ka dyan? Bakit siya na parang feeling ko kasi nung nakita niya si Sean Parker, shiny object syndrome si Sean Parker, tapos amazed siya kaagad Diba?
Oh.
Parang fascinated siya. Tapos mas nagtitiwala siya doon kaysa doon sa friend niya na si Eduardo, na matagal niya ng friend.
Kasi si Mark, nag-resonate siya with Sean's mission or yung reason why he also created his own social network, yung Napster. And yung, kumbaga, meron silang common denominator both.
Yeah.
Na it was anger that really drove them to really go forward with their ambition.
Yeah, because they were dumped by the women in their lives.
Dumped. Parang sabi niya, both of us can relate. That's why naano siya kay Sean.
Naka-resonate siya kagad kay John Naka-relate siya kay Sean pala. Diba? So, parang yung tulad ng tinuturo namin, guys, sa personal branding, bakit importante yung personal branding and meron kayong story brand is for people to actually resonate with you. And parang maalala ka niya. So, yeah, emotional yung naging connection ni Mark Zuckerberg kay Sean Parker. That's why he's actually, parang fascinated siya Parang naniwala siya kagad. Parang, di ba? Nag-trust siya kagad kay Sean
One statement na, like yung remove the just keep the fake.com. Tapos siya parang, okay.
Diba? Oo.
No sa effect. It's probably because, kumbaga, they are in the same tribe.
Yeah.
That's why na parang feeling niya, eto si Sean. Maybe he could really resonate with what I am trying to deliver.
Mm-hmm. And I think si Sean, medyo smart din siya kasi bakit? Mini-mirror niya Mark Zuckerberg. Kasi parang, di ba, yung nag-suggest si Eduardo before na, hey Mark, we have to run advertisement na. So, we have to monetize the Facebook. Di ba? Yung monetize na daw. Tapos ayaw ni Mark. Di ba? Ayaw ni Mark kasi sabi niya, Facebook is cool na ganun lang siya. Hindi pa natin alam anong capability niya. Hey, alam mo na natin. Parang sabi niya ganun. So, parang sinabi din niya yun somewhere sa conversation Then, parang minirror yun minirror ni Sean Parker na, no, Facebook is cool as it is. Sabi niya, di ba ganun? So, yeah, you were right. Parang feeling ni Mark Zuckerberg mas nakaka-resonate siya or mas ka-tribe niya, kumbaga si Sean Parker. Which is the annoying Sean Parker. Yeah, that's a movie na yan. I hope you like our discussion and please let us know if may mga comments kayo or suggestion how we can make this better because this is the first time that we're going to do this type of episodes of podcast. And yeah, disclaimer, we are not a film critic. Diba, Candice? We only watched the movie once. Please, okay, magalit sa amin kung may mali kaming na-interpret sa movie, but that's how we interpreted it by watching it once. Yeah. And yeah, if you have anything na guys na takeaway nyo from this movie, please let us know. Our question for this episode, Candice, do you recommend this movie for freelancers or creative entrepreneurs?
Yes, definitely. More than anything, it didn't really portray about Facebook talaga, the application itself, but it focuses more on the struggles of an aspiring entrepreneur and the way how he really built his empire. So this is a really, really good movie for those who really into starting up their business.
Yeah.
And at least they will know parang kung ba meron na silang overview about this kind of struggles that they are going to face personally and legally.
We recommend this movie. Please watch this. You can get this, I don't know, in YouTube movies. I got it in YouTube movies. I just purchased it for $5. And if you have any other movie suggestions, please let us know. So that's it for this episode, guys. And we will see you in the next episode. Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the podcast.
If you enjoyed it, please take a second to leave a review over Apple Podcasts.
And be sure to check out our courses at A&E Creative Lab.
You can find our courses at articleanddesign.com and go to the Creative Lab.
You can also join our Facebook group, Article and Design, Super Freelancers PH.
Oh, be part of our 1 million mission, transforming 1 million Filipino freelancers into super freelancers. See ya!
This episode is brought to you by Labada Master. If you hate doing your laundry, Labada Master loves it. Located at Apacon in front of Energy Park in Tagum City. For more info, check out labadamastertagum.com or visit their Facebook page, Labada Master.